in my head when I'm on the stage, like I'm knowing that I'm gonna see my grandma in the crowd, if I look in the crowd. So it made it so much easier for me. Like, I ain't never had stage fright. I went from little clubs in Chicago, not clubs like little spots in Chicago, to in December I did United Center out of nowhere. Like nobody seen me come. Niggas in Chicago it was motherfucker that know me that was at Juice World Day. When I got on that stage, everybody phone went in there like, and in my head I'm like, I want my grandma to see this. So I know she right here looking at this because this is what we was talking about.
This is Sad Boy Radio.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Sad Boy Radio. I'm your host, Matt, and today, we're over at Private Stock. We still got our same producer. Shout out my boy Vic. He made the trip with me. One of the hottest artists out of Chicago right now. Recently just had a meeting with Interscope, the One Big Party tour. Travis Scott playing his shit in the club, performing that shit. Man, go ahead and introduce yourself, bro.
Biggest ever, you know, blessing,
He didn't say Lil Blessin, but Blessing. Nah.
it's blessing.
Hey, let them know why you like to go by Blessing and not by Lil Blessin, bro.
Cause I ain't try to be a little blessing. I just had it for Instagram. I was just blessing. I'm blessing, but it is what it is though. Cause I'm not little though. I'm the biggest ever.
Hey, man, I appreciate you coming through. I appreciate you waiting with us, bro. I know it was a fucking long wait, but
I'm good.
we finally got to it, and shit, we're gonna open with this shot now.
This nigga brought some Hornitos. That shit
That
nasty
shit's
as hell.
gross. Life has been looking a little different for you these days. How have you been able to manage your mental health through all of this, man?
I had to learn how to manage my mental health regardless, no matter what's going on. You know, so this just was like all the shit that I wanted to happen, like coming up and shit, starting to happen. So it's like all the shit I was going through before. It's like I had to learn how to move through this shit so I could get to finish doing what I want to do. So like this was making me happy type shit. So like I think by the time this shit start popping off, everything just start clicking. Like I ain't been like down as much. You know, I ain't been sad about shit. I think it really is just I'm able to manage my shit just because I know what's to come. You know, so it's like, all right, everything will be all right.
You know what's to come as far as the success, or you know that you're able to handle both the negative and the positive?
Everything, success. I know how to handle this shit. Everybody have problems. You feel me? So it's like you gonna fight or flight. I've been doing this shit for years.
Previously, when everything had started to change rapidly, you took a step back, you took that hiatus so that you could focus on you and start to be, a better version of yourself as well as an artist. What do you feel like's the biggest difference now that you're able to handle those things?
I'm more calm, and I know what to do now. Like I know how to put together this shit. Like everything I'm feeling and shit, instead of lashing out and tweaking out and shit, I know how to put this shit together. And like make this into something that the world could relate to. I don't got like I mean everybody got their like vices and shit, you know, people running to drugs and shit, liquor, all that shit. I always ran the music.
Music's always been your way to express yourself, starting at a fucking young age, right? You said sixth grade, right? Is when you started rapping and shit.
Poetry, all that shit. I was doing that shit before that, like poetry before sixth grade. But rapping and shit, I think rapping for real, I had to be in like middle school. So like yeah, seventh, eighth, probably. But like taking it serious, I was in high school.
What do you feel like pushed you mainly towards the music? Do you feel like there was something that you needed to express that you weren't able to do in other ways?
My daddy did music, and my mom always played music around my grandma. Like I grew up in a musical family type shit. You know? I heard like one of my daddy songs of in my life before he passed. I've never heard another song. Growing up, it was just my mama playing music, my grandma playing music. It was just like I only kind of stuck. It was easy to do once I wanted to do it. Once I realized I wanted to do it, it was like it was writing first. And I honestly could say probably like once I stopped writing, and I started writing once I started making the songs that got me noticed. I kind of started writing before that actually, and shit was easy. Like it was like it was easy to put my emotions in that shit because it was like I'm literally saying I'm freestyling everything. It's coming. It's easy to like make an actual song because I'm saying what's going on and I'm feeling this shit.
Now, I've heard it multiple times in many of your interviews, right? There's no cap in your rap. You say what's true to you all the time. And
I'll be lying sometimes.
I thought you don't be lying, bro.
Nah, I'll be lying sometimes. I ain't gonna lie. I'll be lying sometimes. Not like when it comes to real life. If I'm talking about on the song, talking about some, some wild shit, like, I ain't do that shit for real. I know I ain't do no shit like that.
I was listening to the Ghetto Flower interview, and on the Ghetto Flower, they just kind of had you break down each song by song. And for Liquor Store, Slow Folks just comes in and she's like, man, he just kept saying, I want to go to the liquor store. I want to go to the liquor store.
I had to bring in the witnesses to see how I really made that song. People think I plotted that shit out. I'm like, no, I did not plot that shit out. I was just playing, bro. I ain't try to make that song.
And the fact that it was just organic and it caught on, right?
Caught right on. That shit caught on fast. Like, it was like, I made that song probably like, what, September? Some shit. But then by November, that shit was all through Miami. All through Miami. Booby Trap. That's when I started going out there to Miami, was on it and everybody in free bands.
So for you, having music run through your family, runs through your blood, to be able to have the success you have now with it, how does it make you feel to look back on all of that?
Having a successful and shit, it means something to me just because my mom and them happy. Like, my little brother's happy. My mama happy. Like, she seen all the shit I said I wanted to do and I was gonna do it. I'm doing that shit in their face. And it's the fact that they is proud of me that's making me like, come on, I'm gonna keep going. That's what I've been wanting for a long time. Like, with the cancer shit and all that shit, like, I felt like I kind of halted my family a little bit. Everybody stopped what they had going on to make sure I was okay when I was sick, My little brother, my mama, yeah. So me telling them during them times like what I wanted to do and what I'm gonna do if I, all that shit, and actually doing that shit make me like, I'm proud of myself. Shit, I know they proud. I'm proud of my damn self with that shit.
And shit, you should be proud of yourself, bro. And we're definitely gonna touch more on that shit. It's all a part of what we're gonna talk about today: overcoming adversity and new perspectives on life. But going back to that hiatus, right? You took a step back. How do you feel? What role does your team now play in helping you maintain your mental health?
Like 248, like my brothers and everybody I be with, my team people, free bands, them too, like Zona and all them. Everybody just make sure I'm okay. Nobody don't not check on me. And I was having this, like with 248, they was doing that before all this shit was happening. These were my brothers. Like, they really was like, they make sure I'm okay. Everybody I'm around make sure like I'm okay. And it's not just because they what's going on. This was happening before that. I always been protected. Like, everybody, like, my team was just, I got a perfect team. They wanna see me win, but they know I wanna see them win just as much. So it's like it's never a clash. Like, everybody argue. I mean, we brothers, but everybody know like this shit actually gonna work.
Right now, you're at one of your highest points, and hopefully, it keeps growing higher and higher and higher. Right? You want to be you already are the biggest artist, right? In your heart, like you've said in many interviews, I'm the biggest artist in my point of view. And I want the world to see what I see already. To get to that point, there was a lot of adversity you had to overcome. There were a lot of things that happened in your life that maybe not everybody knows about. I took a song from Ed Sheeran and it's called Boat. And in the song, he says, they say that all scars will heal, but I know maybe I won't. But the waves won't break my boat. And he's in that song, he's talking about his will to succeed, his will to live, right? A lot of things happen in your life that will force you to give up. They'll tell you, like, man, I'm good. I don't need any of this. But you continue to grow past those points. When something bad happens to you, you feel like, man, I don't know if I'll ever get over this. And the first thing I thought about was loss. There's two adversities that you've had to overcome: your sickness and loss. And the loss of your grandma is one thing that has been big in your life. Your grandma was huge in your life when it came to dropping out of school, pursuing music. So talk about that relationship you had with her and how she helped shape the blessing we see today.
She made Blessin. Like, my grandma. That lady was like, to this day, I can't even say what to this day, because she making sure I'm like I know she is. That lady was like my everything. Like, I'm a mama's boy too. My grandma, Can't tell me nothing about that lady. Like you can't. She gon' that's when I didn't have nobody. When I feel like anything could go wrong, and I could hit rock bottom. I know for a fact. Call my grandma. She gonna make sure I'm like that. Like she did poetry and shit. She helped me with a lot, man. I can't even describe. I could talk about this lady all day. Like that lady did so much for me, and it's like I don't know. Like I said, I just know she's the reason for a lot of this. The day she passed away, I cried a little bit, but I went straight to the studio. I ain't go nowhere. I went to the studio and I made the songs that got me like noticed in the city. That same night that she passed away, August 14th, 2018, made them bitches, and I just knew like once the shit start taking off and like I start getting noticed, I'm like, she just did that. Like that's how. But God did it. You know, God always got it. She with God, so it's like I know she did that. That lady just mean everything to me though.
It's crazy because when I think of that story specifically, I think of somebody like Bryson Tiller. Bryson Tiller talks about his grandma too and how she recently had passed away. And Bryson Tiller was an artist who he cared too much about what people thought. That's why he went away for 5 years. He didn't drop any music, and his confidence was shot after that sophomore album. Everybody was like, "We want the old Bryson Tiller." So you keep on trying to make music that appeals to the masses rather than making music that appeals to you.
My whole thing of when I was starting music was never like to. I never cared if y'all like my music. Like I don't be trying to make it sound rude or nothing, but like I wasn't making music for like other people. I just realized that other people like my music, and but I'm making that for me. I'm in the hospital making this shit, getting chemotherapy treatments, radiation. Like I'm hooked up to the thing, recording myself. It was helping me. It was a release. Like so, I knew it was good music though. Like I knew I was doing something good because I kept getting better and better and better and better and better. Like every song, I feel like I just get better and better. I've been learning shit. So it was like I honestly just never looked for people to like the music. It's just I like to make music. I'm in love with making music. Like that shit is everything.
When you move past that ideology that it has to matter to everybody, that's when you start making what's truly authentic to you. But I bring up that Bryson Tiller story because he said that, once his grandma passed, he felt like she was with God and in God's ear, and he gave him the confidence to finally move past that idea that people need to love what he's doing. So now that he has the confidence to move forward and release everything that he ever wanted to release, just like you're saying, right? Your grandma was up there with God, and God was guiding the way for these tracks to blow up the way that they did and get you the attention that you've earned.
She always said that shit. She always said, "Do what you want to do." That was her main thing telling me, like, grandma, what you want to do? Anything I wanted to do, she gonna make sure I do that shit. I swear to God. I wanted to be a photographer, camera. Nikon D360. I remember the D60, some shit like that. It was my first camera. That motherfucker didn't record videos though. Just straight, like, I'm in Photoshop, photo shoot classes. I'm taking pictures of motherfuckers' mamas. Like, no doubt. I had posted one of them pictures I did, this bitch that I know from school. Damn, that's my mama. Oh, damn. But, like, that shit, I want to dance. Motherfucking, I'm in tap dance class. I'm doing anything I want to do. Like, when I said I wanted to make music, my grandma bought me a fucking studio, FL Studio. I had the Avid little shit, Pro Tools shit they seen with that little bogus ass mic and shit, little ass box, the inbox, motherfucker. And I had that shit, and I had one of the touchscreen Dell computers. I learned how to record myself. I learned how to mix. I had a piano. She bought me a piano. I taught myself how to play the piano. Like that lady made sure I did whatever the fuck I wanted to do.
So why Well, I mean, we talked about why music, but why music, right? Because you could have gone to dancing, you could have gone to photography. Why specifically music?
I tried everything. I tried to be a regular person. Like honestly, I tried everything. Like no bad, like I I kept doing music. Though. Like everything I wanted to do, usually like it probably faded off a little bit. Kept doing music. Like everything. But everything I was doing was always involved with music since that boy. Like I was always a creative motherfucker. Like I never liked to do sports. I didn't want to do it. I want to do that, like shit. Go to acting class. I want to. I like that shit. Shit I like to do. Damn, I just hit the thing. Yeah, I fucked with shit like that. Like I don't know. I ain't never really like followed trends. It was just like I do what I want to do.
So then for you, what's one specific memory that really sticks with you for you and your grandma?
Before she passed, like I lived in Sacramento for like almost a year. I had moved. Like I packed my shit up and I was supposed to just go out there for like 2 weeks. And when I got out there, I told my mama I'm not finna come back out. I didn't want to be in Chicago. Shit, I had just got unsick for the first time. I think it's like all right, I'm finna go live life type shit. No, actually that was the second time I got unsick for the second time. I'm like fuck it, I'm out here. And my grandma had got sick and started getting sicker because she was already sick. And she called me. She like, you come back or whatever. So when I came back, I used to take her to the casino every motherfucking Sunday. We'd go drive the pot of water, casino, whatever. And I be playing my music and shit on the way there. And she like, it's you. I'm like, yeah. So you getting good. It's getting good. Like she actually like to listen to my shit. Like, and no, it was one day we was at the casino. And she had like we would go to the casino, she'd just pay for everything. She'd just give me some money, tell me to go about my business. But I had like she was in a walker sometimes, so I had to push her to different games and shit. And she must have went to the machine, lost all her money or some shit. But I was going crazy on the machine. I'm fucking them up, you know. She came, like she rolled herself around the thing. Like I just see her rolling the damn wheelchair. I look up. She's like, you doing good? I'm like, yeah, I don't want such money. She's like, oh, give my money back. Then she waited till you lost it on the damn machine. She was like, lady, get the fuck. That was crazy. That was funny. I got a lot. It's so many shits that like, she's just funny. She was a funny person. She act just like me, just older.
Do you feel like that captures your relationship with her the best, or what do you feel like's another memory that captures your relationship with her the most?
When I be in the hospital, we was both at Northwestern Hospital and shit. So it's like 1 or 2 weeks I'll be in the hospital and she not in the hospital, but she in my room with me. But I'm on the like what the fuck was that like 21st floor or some shit. She in my room. Then probably like next week I get out the hospital. But by that time she done been in she in the hospital. So I just be in her room. Like we'll swap. Or like we'll make the nurses, like if we both in the same time, we'll make them let me wherever I mean she come wherever I'm at. It's like we'll sit there and watch movies and shit. We both sick as hell though, like sick as fuck. Don't know what's going on. Yeah, she was always right there. Like that is it described our relationship though. Like she no matter what, she was right there till she was gone. But like she still, like I said, she's still always right there. You know,
How do you feel like her passing has changed your perspective of life?
it made me grow up. Like it made me look at life like a man now. Like at first I always had a crutch. She was a crutch. My mama I always like my granny crutch. And like when she passed, it was like, you know, before she passed, like she had like a heart attack, but they brought her back from it. And she was in the hospital. She said, she looked me in my face. She told me, she like, you know, I'm finna get ready to leave, right? And I'm like, I tweak out. Like, how would you say that to me? Like, you already just did this. Like, I'm already scared. You just told me I'm finna get ready. So, and she ended up, when they revived or whatever, she passed away probably like 2 weeks after that. 2 weeks after she actually passed away. And I felt like cause when my mama and them asked her why did she say that to me, like, cause we were like, why would you say that? She was like, oh, I was high off the medicine. I ain't mean that, da like this and that. She was lying though. So, and I just knew, like, she told me that because she knew, she was tired. My grandma was tired for, like, it wasn't no, she was tired. Tired. So it was like, when the time to go, when I went and seen her body the day she passed, or like her fist was balled up, still like she just had enough feel like she was trying to fight it, like cause she knew like that was gonna fuck me up. I feel like my grandma stayed as long as she did because she knew what it'd do to me. So she was like prepping me to, you feel me, like, you know, is because when the time comes, you gotta man up. And for a minute, I was fucked up, like mentally, all that shit. I was only fucked up though because I was pushing it away. I wasn't thinking about it. So when it came time to think about this shit, it was like it all hit at once.
During the pandemic, I had lost both my grandmas, and one of them, she lived with us. So, that relationship was a lot closer. And when she passed away, I always told people, like, it didn't feel like she passed away. It felt like I would see her again eventually, but just not now. And as time has gone on, there's days where it hits you more than others, right? It's like, damn, like, you're really not here no more. Like, I can't go hear your laugh. I can't hear you talk anymore.
That whole tour ever since the first big show, United Center, it was like I get on the stages and I just hope to see my grandma in the crowd. Like, it'd be weird, like, but it's like I'm knowing that in my head when I'm on the stage, like I'm knowing that I'm gonna see my grandma in the crowd if I look in the crowd. So it made it so much easier for me. Like, I ain't never had stage fright. I went from little clubs in Chicago, not clubs like little spots in Chicago, to in December I did United Center out of nowhere. Like nobody seen me come. Niggas in Chicago, it was motherfucker that know me that was at Juice WRLD Day. When I got on that stage, everybody phone went in the like, and in my head, I'm like, I want my grandma to see this. So I know she right here looking at this because this is what we was talking about. I never expected to be. No, I can't say I didn't expect it. I hoped for it. I hoped for shit like that to happen type shit. So, like I said, like I'll be on the stage and like I just know it's like this her doing. This ain't luck. This ain't. It's talent. It's cause she knew I always got talent. Like I know how to do what I'm doing. Like ain't no denying that. I know how to make music, but I know she backing this shit more than the motherfuckers that's here and alive and well. Like I know she got something to do with this shit. So it make it so much easier for me to like just keep doing this shit.
I want to take it back real quick to that. It forced you to grow up. It forced you to become a man. It's another song that Ed Sheeran has. In his latest album, Subtract, he talks a lot about death and the grieving process and how once you're going through that, it's like the song's called End of Our Youth. And he says that the end of your youth really comes once you experience hardship, once you experience serious loss, like losing a close friend, losing a very close family member, just like you're saying, right? That's when everything comes to an end and you're forced to grow up.
Mm-hmm.
So you could be 6 years old, you could be 14 years old, you could be 30 years old.
I know a motherfucker that was 7, lost his mama, had to snap into reality.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy. 7.
And you don't understand that when it happens at that age because to you, you're still a kid, you're still in your youth. But once it happens to you, that's when it all clicks together like, damn, that's really the end of our youth. And the worst part of it is when you lose somebody, it's like you pack all their shit up and you look at the box and you're like, damn, like your life really could just be packed in a box and that's it. It's a wrap. Nobody thinks about it afterwards. You think about them, but life just keeps going on.
I had to come to that type of realization with shit though. Like, and it could be anybody. They don't even have to be nobody that's important to me. Like, motherfucker. You know how many people died yesterday? You don't even know them though, so you don't know nobody give a fuck. You know, somebody just lost their life for no reason. You feel me? And I don't know, so don't nobody be caring. You know, but like. I feel like once you care about them, like shit, my grandma. When I was packing my grandma shit up in that crib, I done packed myself in that motherfucker. I swear to God. Cause that's crazy. Like, I ain't never lost a brother. I lost close family members. I ain't never lost a brother or my mama or nothing. I lost my grandma. I never lost a brother. I lost friends. But I just know it's people out here that had to, like, it's niggas, like my little cousin. I had 2 little cousins just this April. As soon as I got back from tour, the day I got back, I think it was April 3rd. I think I came back probably like that same day or the day before that. I came back out here. I went outside with my with Steve-O. I was out with Steve-O. Yeah, I went to Bar Louie. You feel me? We sitting right there, we getting drinks and shit. My mama called me like they just killed one of the twins. And I ain't this a twin, but they 17, 16, 17. I mean 16. It was 16, both of them 16. And it be like shit like that. It's like, I know them. Like these motherfuckers that like, they stayed by my house. I grew up around them. I watched them be born type shit. And I ain't watch them get, like you feel me? I watched them from they was born. I know them. And they mama always asked me, cause like, you feel me? Like, let them come to your house. Man, we stay by me, so they come to my house. But I done moved to the birds by now, so they moved to the birds too. And they 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 turned into birds like they was in the wreck. I'm in the city, you feel me? So it's like, their mama would just always ask me, like, just do this. So they'd be like, can I come to the studio? Can I do this? Da, da, da. I'm talking to him the whole time I'm on tour. I'm talking to Sean. And I'm talking to Sean. I'm talking to both of them. I'm like, yeah, when I get back, I'm in the studio. Day I get back, they call, say, Shondell got shot in the chest on Chicago Avenue. It's a twin, though. It's a twin. Like, anything that come, I like, and it's crazy that I even think like this, but I feel like anything that come after that, that's why I said I never lost a brother. I don't know how that feel. A mother or something to violence from another motherfucker though. For anything after that, that's what it is type shit. I don't even want to say like what I want to say it, but it's like I can't really say it. It's just that's how I think about shit though. Like I just like I said, tour. Like I just went on tour. From him right there, he saying it was with him. Like, I just went on tour, free bands tour. Come back, like I'm come back so happy to feel the love from motherfuckers that's proud of me that I know. Like Shorty was proud of me. My cousin was proud of me. They called me. They let me get in the studio. Let me like this motherfucker just took Shorty out the game. This shit like it's anything can happen at any moment. So I don't take nothing for granted with this shit.
How do you feel like that impacted you mentally, having to come back to that?
That shit fucked me up. Like it bothers me. I ain't go to the funeral. I rode past the funeral. I seen everybody. I seen my little cousin, seen my auntie out there. I seen everybody out there. I rode past and it's crazy. I rode past the funeral and went to the studio. I was on the way to the studio. I seen the funeral line. I seen everybody. I can't do funerals though. Like it's especially motherfucker I really love. Like that shit bothered me. Like it bothered me. Like it break me down to the point. It's like I don't be in the right headspace. I can't see that shit. Like I don't like seeing it. Especially before you love, like seeing them like that. That shit gon' I remember my daddy died. I was young, I was probably like 9. That I was like 9. I remember nothing felt real about my daddy being dead till I walked up to that casket. I sat that whole funeral down till it was time to walk up and view the body. I sat down and I was cool the whole funeral. I'm cracking jokes. Laughing with my little brothers and everything. I swear to God. I walked up to that casket and I seen my daddy sitting right there. Like the same nigga that he see me making me everything. It's my daddy, you feel me? Fuck, like I seen him right there, and that's when I realized what death was. At that exact moment, I knew, oh shit, he's not. I never see his ass again. This is my daddy. I had from now on, I grew up with no daddy. I mean, there's been plenty of niggas around because my mama, you feel me? Ain't niggas I don't know. I think all these niggas, I honestly think they bitches. Feel me? I'm the man now. You feel me? So it's like once I seen my daddy in that cast, I realized what death was for my whole. I think I I did what the normal kids would do, lash out. I'm at school kicking ass, all that type of shit. But it was just I feel like my daddy that just prepared me to know how to like this shit real type shit. Like this life is real. I ain't know shit about. I knew plenty of people had died before, but I didn't never put death in my head for real. Like, oh, these niggas will never come back till I seen my dad in the casket. I swear to God. I walked into that casket and I looked and I start screaming like a mother. I'm talking about screaming. My mom and them had to drag me. I didn't drag my daddy out the casket. Like I'm pulling that motherfucker shit. Like I swear to God, my grandma, I die right now if I'm lying. Like I'm pulling it out. That's because I didn't get it. I'm like, damn, this shit. Niggas could really like be gone forever. That's when that shit click. Like, oh, I never talk to this nigga again. I just got my mama. I got my little brothers. I got my grandma. But I don't get to grow up like the kids around me who got mom and daddy. I mean, yeah, my mom and daddy weren't together, but it still was so fast. Like I could call my daddy. My daddy would come grab anything. Motherfucker Xbox, first Xbox come out, I swear to God, he at the door with my shit. Max Payne, first game I had, Max Payne. I'm learning how to fat motherfuckers down. I was back. Swear to God. First game I ever had. I mean, nah, I had Nintendo and all that shit too. But
The first game off of
Xbox, like, I had that motherfucker the day it came out. Max Payne, all that shit coming on. Like, my daddy made sure, like, just another person. My daddy, just my grandma, just like my brothers, like, people I love. Like, everybody made sure I was all right. And I guess now that I'm talking to you about this shit, I'm kind of realizing, like, I feel like everybody knew type of shit. Everybody knew something was going to come from me. And I'm my mama firstborn. I'm the oldest out of my little brother. Like, I got a bunch of little brothers. I'm my mama firstborn, and I got one older brother on my daddy's side. But I got a bunch of little brothers and sisters. I'm the oldest. So I don't even know what the fuck we talking about no more. I just got so deep into that shit. I'm realizing shit while I'm talking to you. That's what's throwing me off. Like, I'm realizing shit like, damn, this shit actually, like, you feel this shit really real type shit.
Hey, bro. I mean, that's what the conversation's for, right? To really understand who you are and really give people insight to what shaped Lil Blessin. For you to have to experience that at such an early age. Man, I didn't understand the fucking concept of death until 21. And that's only because I was losing people left and right. I lost my great aunt at 12 years old, but that's a great aunt, right? It hurts to lose somebody like that, but that's not somebody that you see every day. Like I was seeing my grandma, or I was seeing, that we lost another close family friend, literally all within 3 months. So that shit was just like, bam, 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 bam. It fucks you up, man. It really does something to you and shit. That's what created fucking Sad Boy Radio at the end of the day. So
And that was crazy about that shit. Like, my granny's still alive. My grandma and mama still alive to this day. She live right down the street from me. She walk, she get up, she talk, she go to the store, she do everything. This lady, I watched my granny lose all her kids. She lost her mama, she lost her brothers, and her kids. And she is still here. I got the strongest granny out here. Motherfucker tell you shit about Betty Joe. Motherfucker go out. You hear me? There's bad news about Betty Joe, I swear to God. But she like, that's another reason that I'm as strong as I am. I see shit like that. Like I said, I ain't never lost a brother or sister. I lost friends. I lost family members like cousins and shit like that. Grandma, I ain't never felt how I feel to lose a brother. And I knock on wood, you feel me? I never do want to feel that shit, But I just know that shit molded me to who I am. Like seeing that shit is molding me into more of a man by man every day. Because like I said, I got cancer at 18. I ain't get thrown into the real world like everybody else at 18 with graduate. I was still in high school when I got cancer. I had to get homeschooled for the rest of my senior year. I was sick, but I didn't know I had cancer at the time. I went a whole year thinking I had some other shit, but I had to get homeschooled. They couldn't find the cancer. They called it Still's disease. It's like some weird blood arthritis, some shit that my white blood cells was probably attacking. But what's crazy is a doctor came in. When I first went to the hospital. I left from school, I went to the hospital, sick as hell. I was in the hospital for like 2 weeks. Doctor came in and he said, I know exactly what this is, but we can't find the cancerous cells. You got this cancer called lymphoma cancer. They're like, we can't find them though, so I can't tell you that's what it is. So the nigga diagnosed me with like bronchitis or some shit. But what's crazy is like, we tweaked out on that nigga. Like, we like, bro, fuck you gonna come and say you can't tell us I got cancer, but you talking about cancer and shit. So we tweak out with my mom, everybody, we tweak out with him. Get the fuck out of there. A year later, when they tell me exactly what I had, I had to write. I wrote that nigga a whole letter. I ain't wrote a letter, and I don't know how long. Nigga, I wrote pen and paper and apologized to that man. Cause I was on some shit. Don't nobody want to hear they got cancer though, you know. But then by the time they told me I had cancer, shit, I knew. So I didn't even cry when they had first told me I was in the hospital. I ain't cry for that first day. I cried once I started getting the treatments and I started losing my hand and shit. That's when I started crying. I was sitting in the bathroom. I remember I was sitting in the bathroom. I must have like scratched my head. That motherfucker said, shoo, shoo, shoo.
That's
I
why
get
he
to
said
rub my
I need
shit.
my braids.
You feel me? I get to rub my shit, boy. As soon as I rub my shit was like, you know how motherfucking cat fur be? You just grab that shit, just scoop it off. My shit just, shoo. If I would have did like this, I could have hit a mohawk. Swear to God. Just off wiping my shit, like putting air on my shit, it was coming straight off. And that's when I started crying about the shit, though. I'm like, oh, yeah, this shit. Hell, dog, I ain't never just lose my hair. And I was just finna lock my hair up, too. I was just finna get dressed. I had long ass hair. I was finna start locking my shit. Bow, that shit was over with.
For you, you faced two adversities that I mentioned. It was loss and then your own sickness. You basically stared death straight in the face twice.
I know.
You literally have a song called I Beat Cancer Twice on Phoneme.
I do got a song. That shit was old as hell. That was when I first made beat that shit. I had recorded that shit. It's on SoundCloud, ain't it? On the phone now. I did that shit in the hospital. The day of I went to remission, I was still in the hospital. My last chemo treatment. That was over with. Like, yeah. I know it was a stem cell transplant. I recorded that while I was getting a stem cell transplant.
So for you facing that type of adversity, right? It's crazy because you haven't let this define you. If you look you up, you'll find interviews, you do mention it, but you don't let it be the main topic of your conversation because it's not who you are. Who you are as an artist.
I mean, everybody go through shit. So I don't want motherfucker to be like, oh, that's Blessin. Cancer patient. He beat cancer. You ain't gotta say, let's say, oh, that's Blessin. He got this song. He got this song. This album, he good at music. I could have been built off the cancer shit. I just don't. Like if you ask me why I have the name, that's when you probably get what's going on. When you meet me, I'm not gonna just tell. Like interviews, I'll let y'all know because I mean I'm supposed to do the shit. But I say it a lot in I say songs like I reference it a lot. I don't just make songs straight about that. I reference it a lot, and that's when people ask me like, you say you had cancer or da da da, and that's when I tell you what I know. It's something I did, it's something I've been through. Everybody been through shit though, so I ain't finna just build off that. I know how to make music. All my music ain't got to do with cancer. Shit, what's the point of just talk about the shit all the time?
How do you feel like it impacted your mindset moving forward?
Anything could happen to anybody. It was just that, like, I knew that at that point. Because I was a nigga that didn't get sick till I wanted to get sick. I literally would make myself throw up or tweak in school to go home. But I ain't get sick. I had asthma growing up. I didn't get sick. For me to get cancer out of all the people in my family and everything like that, and then cancer don't run in my family, none of that shit. It was crazy. It was the craziest thing ever. Like nobody expected that. Me at all, but I didn't get sick. So it was like anything could happen to anybody. I ain't gonna speak on how I got the cancer, but just know that money gonna get you done, you knock you out your shoes.
So what?
Money gonna get you done, you knock you out your shoes. Shout out my lawyer. It's always gonna pay off. Cause like I said, all this shit was meant to happen. I ain't get cancer. I didn't get sick till I wanted to get sick. So clearly, me getting cancer, this shit it's some like shit like this had to happen for me to get the name Blessin. For me to go as hard as I was going with music, something like that had to happen. Everybody go through shit, though. You know. So it's like like I said, I don't bask on it. I just know I go through shit for a reason. God gives the strongest battles to the strongest. I mean, the battles the strongest swords. I would say, like, you know, that's true. Like, I pushed through that shit.
So one thing you mentioned is you felt like you were holding your family back due to the sickness.
My little brother's still in high school. My little brother's straight A student. Well, was straight A student. He a teacher now. He not going to school because he'll skip school and be in the hospital with me, making sure I get up to go walk to go to the bathroom because I can't walk. I'm weak off the medicine and all that shit. I'm weak. I can't do nothing. So he got to lift me up. Hold on, then I gotta wipe my ass type shit, you know? Pause, you feel me? But that's my little brother. My mama, she missing work. I got two little brothers that stay in the house with my mama. She gotta make sure they okay, make sure they get into school. Ain't nobody mad at her. as much as me around that time, and I noticed that with them. Like all of them, my little brothers, my mom, my grandma, my granny, my auntie, my cousins, my friends. Like that's actual friends. Like I lost a lot of friends during that time too. I lost a lot of family members during that time too. Like just not, I ain't fucking with you, you know. And it's like I just watched so many people sacrifice so much shit for me around that time. It's like I owe them everything with that shit.
At any point, did you feel like there was a resentment from anybody?
Type shit, you know. But it wasn't. It wasn't my mama. No. It was motherfuckers that's my like blood, like cousins that I thought were really like beat up. And I expected too much from people. To, you know, that's all it is. I expected a lot from people that, like I said, you know, motherfucker just died the other day for no reason. And you don't care because your life's still gonna go on. I feel like people like that thought about that. Like family members thought about that about me. That's weird.
It's sad. It's a sad situation to go through, but shit, man. I'm grateful that you're here. I'm grateful that you're having this conversation with us, and
Come on,
shit, more blessings on the way, right?
shit show. It turn forever.
How do you feel like going through this impacted your perspective on life?
I beat cancer twice, and this was years ago. I've been in 7 years of remission now. At any moment, that shit come right back. I know that. I don't move like it though. Like I be outside. I do what I want to do to this day still. But that's cause I don't anything can happen. So it's like it just impacted me in a way to realize to really more just live life. Like I beat cancer. I don't know. I beat cancer twice. I don't know if I could beat a motherfucking hating motherfucker or car accident or anything. Knock on wood, like I said. Like, you don't know this shit though. Yeah, I beat cancer for sure. Life is life, bro. I don't know. It just made me look at life like life. Like anybody should look at life how it is. You either gonna have your way while you here till you gone, or you gonna sit around and just soak and be a goofy. Like, I'm outside trying to have my way because I know at any moment this shit over with.
You're really making your way out here, and I gotta mention it, obviously, right? The Travis Scott feature, being able to have him play your music in the club, that's an experience. That's more that you've accomplished in your life than most people have in theirs. So you're making things happen for you, and you're taking those opportunities and running with them. For Travis Scott to be playing your song in the club and performing it, go ahead and talk on that experience and walk us through how that kind of happened.
Trav he a good person. Travis good people. One of them just he liked the song and he went from playing just performing my song like just a regular song to putting a verse on it, performing his verse, and along with other people that's on the song. It wasn't never like it was never like I reached out to anybody to do anything. It was organically these people literally fuck with this song and fuck with me as a person. Like I get around Travis, I see Travis, this nigga literally like he like the most happiest turnt motherfucker, you know. Like the nigga see like first time I met Travis in person, the nigga like he screamed in my face. The nigga said, ah, like scream and grabbed me and started shaking me. He said, yo, you know your fucking life was about to change. I'm like, damn, feel me? And I was like, yeah. It's like, yeah, he's like that. He literally, man, we in Pluto session. We in LA. Pluto session. This nigga, it's a little thing. It's a bunch of motherfuckers around. You know, this nigga literally go. He walk over to the internet shit, turn that motherfucker light store right on, stand on the shit, turn up. Like the nigga Travis crazy. Like he good people. Like everybody that's around me with this shit that has anything to do with liquor store getting as big as it is. Like it's on Pluto, free bands. Like everybody, the DJs, Miami, Chicago, LA, New York. This shit literally everywhere. Monaco, whatever the fuck that shit called. I ain't never been there. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? This shit like is France. This motherfuckers posting it. They playing it in France daily now.
Damn.
Like clubs, that shit is getting played.
What does this represent to you? There's a significance to this. There's a significance to this moment. It's a monumental moment that you're experiencing right now. What does it represent to you?
Just knowing my mama and them proud of me right now. Like they actually happy for me, for like I told them what I was gonna do, how I wanted to do it, when I was gonna do the shit, and I worked and worked and worked. I ain't had a job all the high low. I ain't worked high low. That's
You get rap money.
rap money, young.
Hey, if you know,
I
you
remember
know.
that. That's funny as hell. So I used to quit. I quit jobs just to go record myself, or I not show up to work, go record. And then once I start building in the city, I start getting invited to little shows and shit. And I'm working. I had work. My last job was at Express, and I'm phone now. But I worked in that bitch for 3 days with my mama, and I robbed her. I bought that bitch for belts, shoes, pants, whatever.
Hey, they got good clothes, but
I
fuck them.
photo
Fuck
that I
them.
left the day I left. I was going to a party right after that show performance. Nigga, I needed the outfit. I ain't get paid. I knew I wasn't never gonna come back, and if I ain't get paid till probably next week, I was fucked up too. I had my grandma's car. She passed, gave me a car. I had that car. I had a microphone. I had the wheel and the wave. Boy, I took that shit up out of there. Got fresh sale off Express clothes. Hoodie little motherfucker, you feel me? I had some fresh white ones and I ain't bust out, so I went to the crib, bust them bitches out, went and picked up my homie club, went straight to the party. And never looked back. I ain't had a job since 2018, 2019. But I had the job for 3 days. But then before that, I was working like in 2017, 2016 shit. I was working like good jobs. I had all the jobs a motherfucker won't growing up type shit. You know, like the motherfucking Foot Lockers, the finish lines. I had them jobs, but I hated that shit. Like it was cool. Like I got shoes and shit all the time, but I did not want to be there. I wanted to go make music. For I literally would quit jobs and go to the crib, be sitting in the crib with my motherfucking MacBook and some headphones, recording songs.
So for you, knowing what's next, right? What scares and excites you?
What excites me is living this shit. That shit exciting. Going to these different studios, getting, you know, what's more exciting than that though. Getting around artists that I look up to, not even look up to. I can't say look up to. Like just know like they artists that I listen to. You feel me? Like motherfuckers that I never probably expected to be around. And I'm getting on songs with these niggas and walking shit. I'm not nervous. I'm not. That shit exciting. Like that shit. That's the most exciting part about this shit because I done been around motherfuckers. Meek Mill for one. You know Meek Mill. He's the most rapping ass nigga you can meet. I'm I'm hanging with him. You hear me? Like I'm talking about. I'm rap. You rap. Let's do it. And I'm I'm rapping. I'm not nervous. I'm not doubling back. I'm been around Future, all these niggas. I'm not nervous. Like I never once got nervous. From the first day I started coming around people, I never got nervous. And that shit it's exciting to be around these motherfuckers and know that I'm holding my own through this bitch. Like, what's up? Like, I'm on the same type of time y'all on. I'm finna try to go way harder than anybody that's around me. And but we family. We in this shit together. But I know I could do this shit. So it's like, this shit exciting. All this shit is exciting. Knowing that I could hold my own with motherfuckers. That's exciting. Don't shit fear me though. Like scare me though. Don't shit. I would be like, failure or some shit, but that shit, you motherfucker gotta take a loss. So I learned that shit a while ago. Like, you gotta take a loss. So I don't really give a fuck. I know I'm finna bounce back.
Well, the reason I ask you what scares you, right, is because there was that point where you did take the hiatus. You took a step back because I'm not gonna say fear, but there was a lot going on and you needed to take that mental break.
I didn't grieve. That's what that was though.
I took a quote, right? And what you said was, I gotta work on Dejan before I do anything with Lil Blessin. What do you feel like you needed to work on at that time to move forward with your career?
Me. I had to, like I said, I didn't cancer from my grandma passing, from my cousins passing, all that shit. I just kept going. I didn't sit there and grieve like a normal person did. So once everything hit, that year hiatus was everything punching the fuck out of me. Like that's when that shit started hitting. Like, oh shit. That's when I started getting in my head. That's when I started making music. I'm trying to figure out like what's real life for real. Like how this shit, how this shit play out. And I can't even really tell you what clicked, but it was that shit clicked. That motherfucker, it was that time. I was like, all right, fuck it. I I took that year, got myself together, and I still wasn't even all the way together by the time I started doing shit. When I dropped Sin though, everything around that time started going on up and up. That's when it was like, all right, I did my hiatus. Now I'm back. And when I came back like to a bunch of open arms. So it was like I don't really know like what 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 changed besides me knowing that everything will be all right, regardless of what's going on. Everything gonna be okay. That was the main thing. Like once you figure out like, oh shit, all right, it's gonna be all right. I feel like a lot of shit be easier.
Where are you now personally?
I'm turned. The design just turned his blessing though, you know? Like this ain't it's just two different names. These not two different people, I ain't gonna lie. It's not. I'm the same nigga. But when it comes to like my real name, like that person, if you do want to consider them as two different people, that person is just as strong as the artist. It's a blessing. So I don't really see no different. Like I'm turned regardless. Either way it go. If I drop the name Blessing right now and just be my name, I'll still be turned. I honestly don't know if I'm just popping shit or what, but it's just like I just don't feel like nothing really right now. It's like can't shit really stop me.
So with all this success, with everything that's happened to you over this, I don't want to say past year, but even these past few months,
Like
right?
6, 7 months.
Everything with Interscope, being on tour, being able to connect with Travis, done a lot. How has your perspective on life changed?
Like I said, anything can happen at any moment. But like I guess I just really believe in it more. Like this shit can anything can happen, but this shit can happen. Like, you know, shit I want to happen, shit also can happen.
What's the biggest change you've seen between the blessing that was facing the adversity, from the loss to the sickness to the blessing we see today?
I learned how to like take all that shit and not let it define me, but mold me into the person I am today. So shit, you know. So I don't, like I said, I don't bask in none of the bad shit. I might bring it up, I might say something, but I don't bask in that shit. That shit over with. Like it happened. Life happens. Everybody go through shit. I can't I can't say it really like I don't know, like I said, it's just made me realize this shit is real. That's all it is. So everything, all that shit, like it molded me to the person I am. Made me realize like the life is real. No matter what, you can have your way, or you can sit there and let a motherfucker.
Just give up on life. Just let it beat your ass.
Feel me? Like I done been fucked up in the hospital to the point where I thought about like shit like that, like giving up. It was like shit. And all honestly, I had figured like when they said cancer, it was like, oh shit, I'm definitely finna die. Honestly, I didn't think you could beat that shit. So I'm like, I was doing what I wanted to do off the fact that I knew in my head, like, oh shit, I'm definitely finna croak through this bitch. So it's like I was just prepping myself. Then I realized, I'm like, once I beat the first time, I'm like, all right, cool. Second time, all the other treatments I did, cause second time I did chemotherapy, radiation, and a stem cell transplant. That's when that shit started fucking with me, like, that's when I really thought, I'm like, well, I just had to do all this. And after the second one, it just came back that fast. That shit came back a year after, not even a year. I want to say it was down there. Yeah, it was a year. It was the day I was supposed to be in remission for a year. That's when I went to the hospital the same day I was finna tell me I was in remission. They told me I had the shit again. Yeah, I was pissed off. I was pissed off. What's crazy? Yeah, I had just performed a poem. I was going to a little college shit at the time. I had did a poem about like, what if I get sick again? Like 2 days before that. What if I get sick? I never say that shit. I never perform that shit. I swear to my grandma, I never perform that shit again. 2 days after that, I swear to God, I go to the hospital. I think it was like April 20 something. And they say, yeah, it's back. I don't fuck. What I'm supposed to do now for? That's not. Hey, that time like it clicked. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm out of here. Shake the spot on y'all. I started telling motherfuckers I love them and shit.
He sent the "I love you" text. And I don't mean to laugh, bro.
Nah, I'm dead ass. I was funny. I laughed at that shit too. I rode wheels and shit. I ain't had nothing to get nobody. I'm like, my little brother, you can have my computer, you can have my MacBook.
You could have the mic.
You got a bike, folks. Gotta thank God for everything, though. God, everybody around me, my doctors, motherfuckers, because I beat that shit twice. And another thing, I say this, what's crazy about my situation with the cancer shit is that a lot of people from the school I was going to got the same cancer because of a plant that was by the school. Like they was giving off the fumes and they was spraying and shit. So we'd go out and play for gym, shit like that. That's how I graduated from Hillside South High School. Zona Man. Motherfucking me and probably like a bunch of students. And it's that area, like the Willowbrook area. A lot of people got it. Like over 800 something people got sick. Cancers. And so that's why I said that money will get you done and knock you out your shoes. You know? Shout out my lawyer.
Hey, bro. Well, I appreciate you, man. Make sure you guys go ahead, check out Lil Blessin. Make sure you keep an eye out for the remix, Liquor Stove. You got a project dropping soon, bro? He don't know. So, shit, keep an eye out. Lil Blessin, Sad Boy Radio. That's going to be all. Make sure you go ahead, like, comment, subscribe.
Go.
Sad Boys for real. Peace out.
This is Sad Boy Radio.
Broken pieces, who's to blame?